Okay, now we're outside with the 570S, a new car for 2016. A lot of carryover down trickle, if you like, from the big McLaren P1. So we're getting the same transmission as the $1.2 million car at a base price of $185. So a fabulous value. The brake rotor carries over from the big 650S supercar. So really a lot of proven parts in the car that really will, as we'll see now in a few moments, we'll go out on the road and demonstrate the vehicle. She is magnificent. 562 horsepower, 443 pounds of torque, and that's the big difference from its competitors. This one has so much more torque, and it's much lighter, close to 300 pounds lighter than a 911 Turbo, for example, which is a very similar price vehicle. Just a lot more exotic here. The doors, for example, the beautiful McLaren dihedral doors, rubber button underneath, and then they come straight up in the air. They need to go up in the air because of the carbon fiber frame that we saw earlier. The carbon fiber frame is an integral part of every McLaren. Going back to racing, Formula One, the very first racing car to ever have a carbon fiber frame was a McLaren. So these guys invented it. They know a little bit about it. An amazing machine. The finish on the cars is a new color called Blade Silver, over a saddle tan hide, and it is very beautiful inside as well as out. Okay, well now it's time. I think we went and had a little ride in the car, because talking about it is great, but actually experiencing the feel and the raw acceleration is a bit more fun. Okay, here inside the 570, truly a very comfortable, very sporty setup to the car. Everything is right within my touch and grasp very, very easily. I do have paddle shifters, not a stick shift. Vehicles today get to 60 miles an hour just so quickly, you don't want to be taking your hand off the wheel to change gears. So they've gone to these new dual clutch transmissions because they're just so much more effective. The vehicle setup currently is the normal mode. So down in the center console here, I have the left dial. H for handling controls the pressure in our hydraulic suspension on the nose with sway bars on the rear. P for powertrain controls throttle response, gear change speed, and opens up baffles inside the exhaust as well. The vehicle really changes a lot when you start adjusting these dials. As we go through the test drive, I'll start adjusting the dials, and you not only hear it, but you'll feel how much more responsive the car gets. Above each dial it says NST, that's normal mode, sport and track. Within the handling dial I now have an ESC off, electronic stability control. I can shut it off a little bit. In other words, it's a computer controlled drift mode. It allows 30 degrees of drift, and the vehicle will actually hold itself in that position. Pretty crazy feel. When the tires are cold it'll do it, and on track it'll do it. It's a McLaren, so it is tough to make it wag its tail, but particularly at normal road speeds. But once you start opening this vehicle up on track, she'll wag her tail, and you can have a lot of fun. I can then press ESC again from the dynamic mode into a complete cancellation of the system. I don't advise our clients to do that. It is a pretty wild car in that mode. You better be awake. With close to 600 horsepower and a 3,200 pound car, it'll wag its tail pretty hard. Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. On the main display up here, I've got, for the modes we're in right now, I have small numbers around the around the rev counter with a trailing red dash showing us where we are. The speed is displayed here. The speed limit for the road that we're on is in the top right corner. The gear that we're in, and there's a little A for automatic. I can switch a button down there and make it a manual shift using the paddles as well. On the left side I have an image, a plan view of the vehicle, and it's got a green square around the oil, which meaning that that's got the temperature. The blue meaning the water is still a bit cold, and the blue around the transmission meaning the transmission is still a little cold to go full power already. The tyres just went green, so now I know my tyres have got to temperature, and that's all very viewable and interchangeable with the mode that we're in. I'm going to change it now from the normal mode to the sport mode with the powertrain, and that will make the display change up here. So now my numbers just got a lot larger. In other words, they're easier to read when I'm driving very quickly. We're going to make a right-hand turn here. I'm not going to touch the brakes, I'm just going to turn the wheel. That would normally make a car lean and sway. It's a Mclaren, so it just changes direction. Very little effort or energy being expelled, because the only tyre under pressure was the left front. The other three tyres were dead flat, and that's unique to McLaren. I have now the speedo is smaller and the gear selection more important. Under spirited driving, I'm going to need to know that more than the speed. You know, the gear selection I mean is more important. I'm now going to take the powertrain all the way around to track, as aggressive as the vehicle can get. You'll hear the sound immediately change there. Opening up the exhaust fully, and now I've got a chart with shift lights for the rev counter. Huge gear selection, and the speedo is stood all the way to the right. In the right hand corner, I'm now displaying my tyre pressures and my tyre temperatures. A unique display showing the tyre pressure and also the tyre temperature at all times. Why that's important: to get above 80 degrees, you can be more aggressive, get the rear tyres up around 100 degrees, and the level of grip is surprising. It really, almost a new level for the industry. It's really crazy how the cornering forces that the car creates. I'm going to change the powertrain now to manual, so we're on some nice little back roads here out in the middle of nowhere. So now I have the big ones shown with an M next to it for manual. I'll click her into second. Turbocharged car. Normally the turbos take time to spool up. This car, here we go. Just an unbelievable acceleration. Really surprising. A fabulous feel, but a great push in the back. It is an amazing machine. A little over 3 seconds to 60 miles an hour, but just over 6 seconds to 100 miles an hour. That's the big difference from its competitors. The 0 to 60, truthfully, everything's fast to 60 today, even family sedans. But it's after that is what a McLaren is about. I'm going to demonstrate launch control now, where we're going to separate the clutches and bang them back together. That's kind of a fascinating mode. I'm going to do it in the automatic. I've tried it both ways, and automatic does seem faster. Got a nice clear road, so that's great. I've got my left foot on the brake. I'm going to press launch down here. It illuminates, it tells me up here, launch mode active, awaiting full throttle. Boost building, boost ready, here we go. And it is unbelievable. It is a McLaren, one of the pioneers of paddle shifters in Formula One, of course. They invented brake steer that the car has. So in other words, in a right-hand turn, I can gently tap the brakes, and the power will die to the right wheel, and it'll tap the brakes just on that side to help me steer around the corner. Unbelievable turning is what McLarens are known for. The advantage of turning in faster, of course, you can go in hotter and maintain, if you can maintain balance, you can come out faster. And that's why McLarens set track records all over the world.